everybody, this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. It is cold. Look at the snow outside. Can you see it through the window? I'll come out, let's see it together. It's winter wonderland. Take a look at this. It's beautiful, but you need to be safe in the snow. Brandy, there you are. We're going to be making zuppa di fagioli, fagioli and escarole soup. Simple, delicious, and I'll show you how to make it quick and just amazing. So I have a beautiful bunch of escarole. It's a pound and a half. I did weigh it so I could give you pretty much exact measurements. Salt, about 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. A little more, a little less, doesn't hurt. 2 large cloves of garlic. The crushed 1 chili pepper. You could use half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper if you don't have a whole chili, and 1 bay leaf. Right here I have 2 cans, 15 ounces each, of cannellini beans. Now, I used cans. Please don't tell my mother. I don't want to hear her. She's going to get on the phone and just crucify me. So, it's just quick. Otherwise, if you make the beans from scratch, just remember the night before, soak your beans. The next morning, 1 pound of beans, 4 quarts of water, a couple celery stalk, a couple cloves of garlic. Let it boil for an hour and a half, and you have your beans ready to go. But I took a shortcut. With the canned beans, I do buy organic. They're low salt. And what I also do not throw the water out. So I added the water, and also I rinsed both cans with a little bit of water, and that's what's going to be making our broth. If you don't do that, you could also add chicken broth. I'm not a fan, but I know that it's done, and I'm sure it's delicious too. So that's the setup for this. I want to move over and talk about how we're going to be eating these delicious zuppa di fagioli escarole. I have a beautiful look at this pane cafone. I'm going to make croutons with you, or I have a frisella. You see this? Frisella is pretty much hard double cooked bread. I will do a recipe for you, not right now, but I promise I will. They're great to have, and I have a little story while we're cooking. I'll tell you a funny story about it. So first thing we're going to do is let's clean and cut the escarole. Here's the escarole. I opened it up. Look how beautiful, but it's always a lot of soil inside. If the tips of your escarole are rusty, cut them off, but this looks actually pretty good, so I don't want to waste any. Just see the very tips, but they look fine. So what you want to do is hold it, and with a good knife, just go down like this. Move it over into a large bowl. So you have about 1.5 inch pieces. Okay, look how beautiful and white it's inside. That's when it's a nice and white escarole, that means it's not bitter. And what makes the escarole white is the cold weather. It is a winter vegetable for sure. Now, here at the stem, I just turn it around. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to cut this very end piece, discard it, and just open it up like this. These pieces look a little big, so help yourself with your hands. So, okay, there it goes. Now let's go right over to the sink and get this washed. If you see my other videos, you know I rinse the escarole in warm water so the soil falls off of it a little bit faster. And also you don't have to worry about wilting because it's getting cooked. So this is my technique. I wash it in the I rinse it. I keep saying washing it perché in italiano diciamo si laviamo la scarola. So now what I do is this. I remove it, okay, and place it in a colander. So all the soil that falls to the bottom of the escarole in the water, you're gonna drain it out. You're not adding it back by flipping it over. I don't know if that makes any sense. So you see the sand at the bottom? That's what you want. You don't want, so you drain that out. Putting it back in for a second rinse. I have a pot filled halfway with water because The escarole seem a lot, but they really reduce to nothing. Okay, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt in it, just to give it a little flavor. And what I'm going to do is, it's at a rolling boil, just add the escaroles in. Okay. Cover it so it comes back to a boil. And while that's cooking, let's get the rest of the recipe going. So I am going to put my flame on high. Add my extra virgin olive oil. Again, we said 3 tablespoons, a little more, a little less. I just want to coat the bottom of the pan. You could also make this recipe in half. Let's go ahead and add the garlic cloves in. I'm going to just break up the chili pepper. It's nice and dry, so it just breaks up easily. There you go. And the bay leaf too. See, as this gets golden brown, this is what you want. And let's look at the escarole, what it's doing in the pot. The escarole is boiling beautifully, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to move it, lower your flame on the oil. And what I'm going to do is just take the escarole from this pot and just grab a nice large amount so the splattering is not so much. Okay, just let's add it in here. Then once it gets enough of the escarole, it stops. Because we're going to let it finish cooking in here. You see how nice the escarole is sauteing in its own water and also in the oil that we put before. Okay? Now, next we're going to add the beans in its water. There it goes in. Beautiful. Now, let's cover it, lower the flame to a simmer and let it cook for a good hour. Let's make some croutons, crostoni. Oven on 375. Let's cut up the bread in cubes. It's nice because it's nice crusty bread, so it will make excellent crunchy croutons. Let's drizzle some extra virgin olive oil right on. And the next thing I like is pecorino Romano, freshly grated. Give it a good stir so everything gets coated evenly, and then we'll get it in the oven. Look how beautiful and cheesy and toasted they are. Let's just set them on the side till the soup is ready. In a full hour, wow, looks amazing. Look how nicely it thickened up. This is a perfect time to do a salt. The salt is perfect. I'm not gonna add anything else. While that sits a couple minutes, I want to tell you a quick story. This is the friselle, which is hard bread. And when I go to Italy, I bring back friselle, taralli, biscotti di grano, all the stuff that keeps for really months. And my father-in-law was not Italian, God bless, rest his soul. He would always be tempted to throw out this hard bread. And I used to say to him, leave it, leave it. And then one day it was lunchtime. I had not cooked anything. My darling Antina was here, and you know, it was lunchtime, and I was in no mood. So Antina went out in the garden. She first wet the friselle, and then she opened up a couple cans of beans. She went in the garden, picked some tomato, some hot chili peppers, a little celery, everything she could find. She cut it up and made this amazing salad. And my father-in-law sat down and said, oh my God, this is delicious. I'll never throw out that bread again. And I said, thank God for that. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. It's a funny, good memory. Hopefully when my daughters will see this video will remember their grandfather. Now, let's get ready and eat. Just break the frisella, and whichever amount you're gonna eat, okay, just, you could layer it at the bottom like this. And just let's plate this. Perfect. Look at that. Or the other way is with some of the delicious croutons we made. Take a look at that. And the final touch is the olio santo. If you want to know how to make the olio santo, there's a video on my YouTube channel too. Let's add the olio santo on top. There it goes. And now I'm gonna taste it. Perfect, perfect comfort food. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button to be notified. A lot of recipes coming up. Thank you for watching. Truly blessed to have wonderful people watching me. Arrivederci, be safe. Let's keep cooking together. Alla prossima. Ciao, ciao.